So, the Metro series is back. And, you know what that means. And if you don't, I'll show you. Today, Xbox decided to do a showcase to show off the new Metro game. And honestly, I am very excited. And there's a lot to unpack from the trailer and also the gameplay that was shown off today. So, not going to spoil enough for it, that much. But let's go ahead and get into it. The gameplay that was shown was really decent, and I'm very impressed by what they have shown so far. It's dark, it's decrepit, and it reminds me a lot of the old Metro that we all know and love. It shows a lot of environmental storytelling, and it's just purely just amazing. And it goes back to everything that I really like about the Metro series, especially the books and especially the games. And just overall, I'm just I was bunfounded by how good and detailed everything looks. I was just very amazed, and I'm very excited for what they were going to show off. But the most important thing about what we were shown was the trailer that shows off a little bit of story, which I will also talk about in a second. The first part of the trailer shows a village that is on fire. You see a toy right in front of the screen as we slowly pan to what looks like a child laying there with fields of dead bodies. And then it cuts to the new series protagonist, as the studio already confirmed, is someone named the Stranger. We don't know exactly who he is, but we'll get to know him throughout the entire game. But from what looks like inside of the trailer so far, he looks very interesting. And the first part of the trailer shows that he's having hallucinations and dreams on living in the metro, and it looks just amazing. But so far, the trailer itself is just absolutely stunning, and honestly, it feeds a lot more into the lore than what you realize if you've actually played the games. He's being chained in what looks like he's being pulled by somebody to go further inside the dream, and he's pulled into a land filled with chains. But so far in the trailer, everything seems like there's going to be a huge mystery on the stranger's backstory. And what gets to me is that we're going back to the Metro from the original games. So we're not having, I don't think we're going to be having everything from Exodus, which, if you remember, Exodus is like semi open world levels. And, and I mean, I don't know how to feel about that, but at the same time, I'm so glad we're back to the classic Metro tunnels and just the mystery, the supernatural, everything about it. And they already confirmed during the showcase that it's going to be more darker, it's going to be more horror. We're going back to that horror side of Metro. We're going to be seeing lots of, dark imagery and lots of anti-war messagings, just like in the original games. And I am so excited for that theme, and so excited for everything that they're going to be showing. It's just going to be amazing. And what gets to me is that this game's actually coming out this year, so go ahead and wishlist it if you can. I was very surprised hearing that it was going to come out this year. I thought maybe it would come out next year, and like to have a 2026 release date is just going to be amazing. What I also really love is that the series creator, and I mean like the author of the Metro books, is tweeting so much about the reveal before the reveal happened. Saying that, oh, this is the darkest story that's the series has ever made, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm genuinely excited where they go with it, especially since it opens with the day of the bombing in the trailer, and it's so cool, and like you see this classroom filled with kids, and like their faces go blank. It's just amazing. Like I like the cinematography of the trailer is just so cool, and I'm nerding out so much because like Metro is a very important series to me, especially since it inspired my first novel, which I will talk about one day on like a full video. But either way, let's continue talking about the trailer. But the biggest reveal of the trailer is none other than the fact that the Dark Ones from the first two games are coming back, and they are going to be a big main story like point. And that's what really gets to me. And then like the trailer ends so far with like him having this like vision or of the Dark Ones, like this whole that like it reveals that this whole dream and the trailer was just him having kind of like an episode, and he's just there, or I think it's more like he's having this nightmare of maybe like his home village being attacked or something, and like I don't know, it's just like a really cool shot. He's like screaming on the top of his lungs, and then it just cuts back to him being in Moscow, and it is awesome. And he like slowly goes back under to the metro, and that's pretty much where like all the information that we got. Now story wise, I like from what we're told, we're just going through like his life, like the stranger's life, going through all this stuff, and I'm genuinely excited. I think they're going to do such a good job with this game. And of course, everybody has a lot of questions, rightfully so. I mean, who is the stranger? What's his role and everything? Now that all the Spartans from the previous two, like the previous three games, are not there hardly. Like, who's ruling over the subway tunnels now? My guess is that it's probably the Reich, the Nazi group. That's my personal opinion, especially since they keep showing it in the trailer. And how are the Dark Ones back and everything? It's just crazy. Well, never mind, because they come back in Last Light, I remember. But either way, it is just genuinely surprising how good this trailer is, and I'm, rightfully so, I'm excited. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and thank you for engaging into the content. Sorry, and if you guys want to know, I am going to be streaming this game or the other Metro games sooner or later. I am going to be streaming it, I think, somewhere this weekend or next weekend. I usually stream on Saturday and Sunday, so we're going to be going through the first two Metro games. We're going to be going through. Actually, no, we're gonna go through all of them, not in one sitting. We're gonna do one at a time before the game comes out. 'Cause it's coming out this winter, so I'm gonna go ahead and start streaming, which I stream here on YouTube. So, um, just tell me whatever you guys want to see. But anyway, yeah, this game's like trailer is just amazing and cool. I really like what they did with it, and I'm genuinely just excited to see where they go with it. Especially since like the series has been kind of ended during Metro Exodus. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of crazy, especially since the author, himself, which by the way he hasn't written the other games. He's not I mean he advised the other games, but he hasn't like straight up written anything for the games. This is like he's going to be a huge part of this game because he's going to be like actually writing the script or like the story for the game. But anyway, I hope all of you guys have a great day and engage with all the other content that I have on YouTube. I have all my live streams that I just started uploading all of my VODs and my streams to the channel for gameplay if you want to watch me play anything stupid like Evil Within, or whenever I have poker nights, playing poker at a poker night at the inventory. So I love all of you guys, and I hope all of you have a great day. And please stay safe in the metro. Goodbye.